One more mic check, please. One more mic check. And we can get started here. El gran chequeo de micrófono. Atención. All right. Good afternoon, traders. It is November 8th, 2024, and we are here. It's Friday. Got through another amazing weekend open house. I am thrilled to say we made it through the week. Despite a lot of really challenging market conditions, especially on Monday and Tuesday, S&P futures currently at 60.2475, up 21 handles, 35 basis points higher on a percentage basis. Nasdaq up 350. What? Oh, okay. 21,227.75. We have big technical milestone today. The SPX touched 6,000, which has been our target for the past 6 to 8 months on the S&Ps. The dollar index currently up 0.57% at 104.95. Look at this. Look at these moves today, and the dollar index. I need to start trading dollar index futures. It's amazing. VIX futures at 15.49, completely deflated. The 10-year yield, 4.306 up. Down 69 basis points on a percentage basis, and the 2-year yield up 0.76%. Bitcoin hanging tough, holding 76.5. Wouldn't be surprised at all, guys. I'm expecting all kinds of shenanigans over the weekend. I would not be surprised if they open around 80,000, 78,000 on Monday. Okay? Open. By open, I mean the cash open on Monday. Bitcoin never closes. Crude down 261, 2.61%. And gold down half a percentage point, down 14.20 on the session. Gold futures. Nat gas futures down a little bit over 1 percentage point. The indices. Hold on one second. The indices themselves today. The Dow Jones up a little bit over half a percentage point. The S&P 500 up 38 basis points. Nasdaq up 9. Russell 2000 up 71. The dollar index at the time of the cash close 104.94. Crude settled 70.42. Gold settled 26.92. The VIX at 14.95 at the time of the cash close. And another really interesting day today. Our performer today by far was Tesla. You can look on the heat map here, and you notice Tesla just glowing green here, up almost a 10% session for Tesla today. Absolutely amazing intraday action there for TSLA. So the stock market, big week, upbeat note. The zeitgeist is incredibly positive. Sentiment is bullish, and the S&P 500 trading above 6,000 for the first time. The Dow Jones Industrial Average traded above the 44,000 mark for the first time before, also settling off session highs. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composite are 25.7 and 28.5 percentage points higher, respectively. In 2024, the 2000 is nearly up 20% higher in the year following this week's 9.25% surge. So the Nasdaq Composite settled a little change from yesterday, weighed down by losses in some mega cap names. Nvidia down almost a percentage point, 0.8%. And the Dow Jones joining the Dow Jones today. Definitely a standout in that respect. And then we had Apple, which was really choppy all session, and Microsoft down 70 basis points on a percentage basis. Tesla up almost 8.25%. There was just no stopping Tesla today, and intraday we were much higher. So, if you look at the XLY today, the consumer discretionary definitely making a big move, in part thanks to Tesla. The rate sensitive real estate sector and utilities responded favorably, also on drop of the 10-year yield. So that's your XLU, XLY, etc. Okay. Today we got the University of Michigan sentiment preliminarily coming in at 73, prior 75.50. The takeaway here on the report is that consumers are feeling more upbeat about their income prospects and short-run business conditions. And then we had the inflation expectations, and it was also well received by the market. So overall, I think that gave us license to go higher today. Our target on S&P futures was 60.36, and we actually took that out today into 60.40. So you got a few spare bonus points there in this boost. Very, very nice move overall. The 60.36 was the daily expected move as well. So pretty accurate there in terms of our target. So leading sectors today by far: XLU up 1.92%, XLP up 1.21%, XBI up over 1%, and leading on the downside, the TAN. Right, there's a perception that the new sheriff in town is not necessarily a big fan of solar. With an aggressive tariff policy coming up, this could be a problem. Okay. So that's how we're looking into next week. I started my day trading Tesla long. I actually got stopped out the first time on this turnaround bar. And then triggered again, went long, and we went long all the way to R3 at 315 something. So basically got this entire move, which was fantastic, and then re-entered. Re-entered for the move, for the secondary move. Let's see. Oh no, sorry. We took this first move right here to R2, 308.50, and then when we put the inside bar, we bought it again, and for the move to 315. So we caught this move in two chunks, and then we called out the long again here for the move to 327. I caught the first part of this move here into 322, and then I had a contractor downstairs I had to go with, so I missed the second leg here. But I came back and scalped it bar by bar, and then shorted it here when I didn't hold my level. So just absolute murder in Tesla today. Coinbase had a good start to the day. I bought it within the first 5 minutes of the open here. Sold some into the resistance pivot around whatever this was, 269, and then sold the rest to 72.50 off my earlier entry around 263.50, I think it was, my cost average. And then when it came here, I trailed that break even, and I didn't re-enter. I wasn't so focused on coin. But second part break even, first part about a $5-6 win, so really can't complain. And all this while the market was really not, your cumulative tick really started to improve after 1 o'clock. Up-down volume was pretty neutral, and the actual breadth of the market was not great, So, overall, if you were just, it wasn't one of those days where you could throw a dart at the wall and make money. I think you had to be a little bit more conservative and discerning in your approach to buying things. Take care, Don. Okay. Anyways, those are my trades for today. We'll see. What do we have in the emails here? Let's see. Okay, here we go. Andrew has an email. He says he's glad to be back. Glad you crushed it today. All right, let's take a look here. Andrew, let's see what we got. Okay. When we were taking 1/5 tier into the level, what was your stop? My stop was beneath these pivots right here. Okay. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Okay. That was easy. Okay, I was waiting for a really complicated answer question. Is there any information on the studies he used on what they call them Thinkorswim? The studies I use? I primarily use floor trader pivots, anchored VWAP, and a couple of moving averages, nothing fancy. AJ, Rajivas, are you only trading shares? Do you trade options as well? Yeah, I trade options almost every day. I use them to hedge trades. I use them for swings. I use them for day trades. Options are a great instrument. I use them whenever I can. Good questions. Good questions. What else do you guys want to talk about here before we call it a night? Are you able to share your future tiles on the watch list? They never change. I mean, I can share them for you. How do I share them again? There you go. Yeah, I'm happy to share with you if that's what you want, Jojo Trader. There you go, buddy. G, were you looking at depth of market before you look at? Yes, always looking at depth of market. Where in the platform can we see your positions? I don't trade for T3 Trading Group, Reggie, so I have no way to link my positions to the BTF. Sorry. Okay. Big Ops wants to know, how did you know in Tesla that was time to short after the measured move talk at 3:30? There's two things, Big Ops. Here's your angle of ascent, okay? So we widened the channel a bit. But more important, what was I saying about the Qs going into 250, 240 p.m. Well, do you remember what I was saying about the Qs? Do you remember? Around 240, I said 240, 250. I said, guys, be careful. I'm seeing signs. I'm seeing signs of a breakdown in the Qs, and look what the Qs did right here, off this ledge. Yeah, remember that? Do you guys remember when I said, guys, be careful with these Qs, because I'm seeing really weak. I'm seeing weakness, divergence. I'm seeing this coming back to view up. Okay, so when I saw that start to materialize, okay, and I saw the first leg of the pullback, I said, okay, this is not range flattening. This is a two-wave corrective. And so that's when I jumped on two shorts of big ups. Make sense? Does my answer make sense to you? I mean, that's why I was calling it out, big ups. I didn't equate that with Tesla giving enough range for a short. Well, you know, Tesla, like all hungry, high, volatility names with a lot of liquidity, are just constantly in the hunt for liquidity. So once we got this little nub here, and it failed, it made sense that they would want to take it lower one more step. So that's what I was thinking. I was greedy. I added there. Yeah. So when I'm calling out these Qs, big ups, and I even said, guys, I said this is for the longs. Make sure you're watching this so so you can make good decisions. About, I'm pretty sure I remember saying that. That's because the Qs, and I was talking about the order flow in the Qs. It looked weak. I said, guys, if we break 514.50, it's coming back to me now. I said, if we break 514.50, okay, we're gonna see some downside follow through in the market, right? You broke 514.50 here at 240, right? It started going lower. This is Tesla 240 right here. Broke the nub, and away we went lower. Okay. Jojo Trader says, how do you monitor multiple stocks and indices simultaneously? Lots of coffee. What kind of setup do you use? Do you have dedicated screen with multiple charts? Yeah, I have 4 enormous monitors. I have one monitor that's 37 or 39 inches in portrait mode like this, and then I have 2 giant 49-inch monitors like this. Okay, and then it's basically like I'm sitting in front of a giant wall of radiation, basically, and another 39-inch monitor in portrait mode. Okay, so my execution is all done in here. Okay, these are my main trading charts. Thumbnails. All this is thumbnails. So I've got 3, 6, 9, 18. I've got 20 charts here. This is all news feeds. Scanner down here. And then up here I've got, these are the charts I share, right? So here I have like the internals type of charts. Here's my main chart, and then up here I have like 40 other charts that I got thumbnailed. So I watch about 100 charts at, simultaneously. So I hope that answers your question. How many charts do you watch? About 100. Additionally, what time frames do you watch to determine when to switch to trading platform and execute the trade? I typically will watch the 5-minute time frame. That'll give me a good idea. Now, I do this only because, like, I'm running a room and I'm trying to cater to people with different needs. If I was on my own, dude, I would need 149-inch monitor, and I would just trade S&P futures, NASDAQ futures, Tesla, and NVIDIA. and I would need one, maybe two monitors. That's it. Okay, so shungite. What? You need some shungite rock. What? Shungite rock. Okay, shungite rock. Go figure. I'll try anything once, within reason. Okay, so that's I hope that answers my question. I have a lot of I stare at a lot of monitor, but primarily because I run a room. I have two 49-inch monitors in regular mode, stacked one on top of the other, and then on the sides I have two 39-inch monitors in portrait mode. I don't know, 60/40, 60/70, something like that. Yeah, it's going higher in my opinion. Can you share your thoughts on the daily candles on IFR? Yeah, sure. Um, AFRM is still trending higher. You pull back today after earnings. As long as it stays on this channel, I expect it to go back to 450, 450. Something like that. Square. Turning off the same pattern. You're diligently climbing higher back to the April pivot of 2024. They look bullish, you know? Yep, they look bullish. Okay, SPX we talked about. AFRM and Square we talked about. Yeah, I mean they were buys off the bottom of the channel. Now, you're mid channel. It's a little bit more difficult. Yeah, no, it looks good. They look good. I definitely would look for a move to the top of the trend channel. For sure, Sheriff Buford. Good stuff. Guys, any other questions, comments? Any questions from our open house attendees? Let me know. So, do I think the SPX next week can be at near 6,300? No. I don't think so. Maybe. I don't think so. It seems a little bit much. I mean, it would be great to get a rally like that. My pleasure, DJ. Alright, what was your biggest game changer, your biggest aha moment with trading? Understanding how to properly size my risk and understanding my risk so that when I took losses, I didn't feel bad about it. It was just like, okay, this is part of the game. I'm going to win more than I'm going to lose today. So, it's very empowering because it just gets you through the days. And when you're down money, you just, instead of freaking out and tilting, you just follow your plan and keep trading it, and it works most of the time. Does your scanner catch the big fishes? My momentum scanner does. Is it because I'm looking back now and see the smaller caps, the AWMs? Okay. Yeah, it does. You have to play with your scanner settings. You know. So you gotta play with them. Sure. Where's my current positions are here. Underactive swings. the link for it. Go to Active Swings. Do you trade the stocks as in the news or volume surge? If you have not tried it before, it depends. Many times, yes. Many times you get the notion that it's moving and it's got a lot to go, just based on the way that it's printing. But that requires a lot of experience, you know. Do technicals matter for long-term investments? Well, yes and no. Um, they matter in the sense that they can help you exit fundamental positions with a little bit more, um, clarity. I would say is the right word. So you end up exiting with clarity, but you know they're not important. I haven't shorted a stock before. Would using inverse ETFs for the stocks have they're a viable option short term, AJ, but you know a lot of these inverse ETFs and multi leverage ETFs are they're basically they they have a lot of time decay in them. So if you hold them for a long time, they'll decay in value with time. Okay, so they actually have time decay. So you got to be careful. Does that make sense? Okay, yeah, day trading. They're super helpful. They're super useful. I'm only interested in securities. Will I get the support here? Support for like resistance and support? Or you mean will we answer questions about securities? I mean, I trade mostly common stock, DDs. You know, you're not going to be alone if you're trading common stock in here in securities, equities. You know, I think you were trying to say equities. Jared, what price would you buy Tesla again? I like that 315 level. You know, looks good to me. We trade mostly stock in here. I mean, we'd also trade S&P futures, but you don't have to be doing any of that. It's helpful when you have a big move through one of those levels near or at expiration because it causes really dramatic moves. How do you stay with a trend? Remains my biggest weakness. I honestly use price action in the moving average. If we're holding the moving average in price action and the stock I'm holding is well bid, then I'll hold it until it breaks. You know, we've been long FRPT here for months. Like every day I look at it and I ask myself, is there a reason to sell this? The answer keeps being no, so I keep not selling it. Okay, we were in, was it $86, guys, when we first took this one? $85, something like that. We're in Kava for half the year. Remember Kava? We entered around 40. Was it the break of $48? You know, we rode this thing almost into the 100 handle. So unless things break, once I'm in a swing, I'm holding it. What time frame? They don't work. They don't. It's not a time frame sensitive. It's not a time frame sensitive or a time frame defined indicator, right? For intraday trading, what do you use? Are you talking about my indicators? I'll use a simple like RSI for oscillator. I use a 9 EMA, or excuse me, an 8 EMA, a 21 EMA, and some VWAP. I mean, that's really all I need. Do you use relative volume of any of the other indicator of? Well, in my watch list in my platform, I have relative volume for all the names I'm watching. So when they start to run in the morning, I can glance at the relative volume watch list there. It'll tell me what their RVOL is for whatever name I'm trading. You know what I mean? Yep. What percentage of cash account size do you recommend to allocate for a single trade? It's how much risk would you, you know, take on a single trade? Uh, I would say no more than 1 or 2% of your account. 2% is a lot. Okay. Yeah. Like most people don't grasp this concept, which is why they end up getting completely phased out of the market. You know, um, say you have a $50,000 account. Okay, so you have a $50,000 account. So say you have a $50,000 account, like 1% of 50,000 is about 500,000. I see people here, or 500, excuse me. I see people here like risking, I don't know, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a trade, and they've got a $50,000 account. It makes no sense. If you're a novice trader and you have a $50,000 account, you're maybe losing $50 a day, maybe winning 200, and that's where you live, man. You should not be taking any further risks for your whole account. Yeah, yeah. Jared, if you buy simple options, then you're. I guess so, guys. I try not to get too fancy with options trades, but yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good stuff, guys. Any other questions before we go here? How do I cure getting out of a trade too fast? It's very difficult. You have to, you know, you have to be in the right situations to begin with, so that you have confidence to stay the course and let those trades work. Have you ever had to go all in on something? No, not really. Is swing trading a different service? Yeah, we have a swing trading service called Edge Trader Pro. Uh, Talk to Amber if you want to add it onto your subscription. It's not expensive. I mean, AJ. That being said, like we you know we throw out like I don't know 20, 30 swing trade ideas a week in the VTF. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of swing ideas flying around. Okay, guys. If there's nothing else, we'll call it a night here. I want to thank all of you attendees for joining us this week, checking us out. If you have any questions, please email jr@t3live.com. Questions about trading. If you have join up questions, please reach out to Amber. That's Amber@t3live.com. All right, she'll take care of you with your sign-ups or whatever it is you're buying or looking for. All right, guys. Excellent week. Thank you all for participating. We'll be back Sunday night at 9 p.m. for the pre-market watch list for next week. Amazing week, guys. Thank you so much, attendees, for being with us, hanging out for this week. I hope many of you get to join us as we grow our community and in terms of size and expertise. All right? Take care, everyone.